Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, and I pray don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they bleed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day this all will change. Treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one
One voice rising in the darkness. One voice, no matter how small. One voice, each of us together becomes the one voice of us all. One voice, one word, one choice, love, show us how we can make a sanctuary, a safe refuge and higher ground. One people living in one world, each act of love, show us how. One world, we are brothers and sisters. One world, it's really rather small. One world, ours to care for. One world together, a sanctuary for all. And one voice, One world, one choice, love. Show us how we can make a sanctuary, a safe refuge, a higher ground. One people living in one world, each act of love. Show us how. Every wall that we break down, every hand that reaches out, everywhere that love is found, we're building a new dream. Every garden that we tend, every broken heart we mend, every battle that we end, we're building a new dream. Every wall that we break down, every hand that reaches out, everywhere that love is found, we're building a new dream. Every garden that we tend, every broken heart we mend, every battle that we end, we're building a new dream. Every wall that we break down, every hand that reaches out, everywhere that love is found, we're building a new dream. Every garden that we tend, every broken heart we mend, every battle that we end, we're building a new dream. We can make a sanctuary, a safe refuge, a higher ground. One people, one world, each act of love. Show us
Could be through the smile of a little child or the bright first flowers, but God may teach us what love is all about. Could be through the heart of a woman or the heart of a man, that Jaja may teach us what love is all about. God is using me, God is using you and me, Jaja using all of us to teach us some loving, yeah. In the eyes of the one I love, there is an expression, yeah, higher, above the level, more than words could express. And deep within myself, I find satisfaction, yeah. And this is divine and pure, from the heavens above. God is using me, God is using you and me, Jaja using all of us to teach us love. Of the one I love, there is an expression, yeah, higher, above the level, more than words could express. And deep within myself, I find satisfaction, yeah. And this I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain was forgotten, and the Father's debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came.
Good morning, Columbine. We welcome you here if you're new or if you haven't been here for a while. And of course, everyone who's here every week, yay for you. Welcome to Columbine Unity Spiritual Center, where centered in God, we celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all. Let's all stand for our first joy song with Full Moon Eye.
All right, let's start our day with love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more joy. When I start my day with joy, that's what I get more of is joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, that's what I get more of is joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Let's go back to love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world.
Good morning, Columbine. Thank you for being here, musicians. And hi, everybody. All right, so this month is October. At the end of the month, there's some really exciting things I think you guys kind of know. So we're going to have a little pitch from a couple of our kids about some things that we need you guys to help us with, all right?
At the end of this month, we are going to be doing trunk or treating. Can everyone please sign up to decorate their trunks? Yay!
So I always get really nervous up here, so I really wanted them to do it to help me out. And they were a little nervous too, but you guys did amazing. So, all right, and then we are still working on the golden rule. I don't know if you guys are going to still be working on the golden rule. And last week we had glitter. Wendy, we had gold glitter. We're still using glitter, so you'll probably see some around the church. But you can bless us out. We're ready.
We love
We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We see the Christ you are.
And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. All right, please stand and join us for our second joy song, Peace is Flowing Like a River. Peace is flowing like a river, flowing out through you and me, spreading out into the desert, setting all our spirits free, setting all our spirits
Now we settle our bodies and our spirits for prayer and meditation, starting with music and then led by our prayer chaplain, Beth Overstreet.
Come into the quiet, coming from the storm to a place where time stands still, the Spirit is reborn. Come into the quiet, take your place among the stars. Come into this place, come as you are. You don't need directions to find this place in time. Just head on down the road that lay before you. Circle back around your heart and you'll find peace of mind. Trust that place inside that's calling you home. Come into the quiet, coming from the storm to a place where time stands still. The Spirit is reborn. Come into the quiet, take your place among the stars. Come into this place, come as you are.
Let's take a deep breath as we move into prayer and meditation. Open your heart, our hearts. Let yourself sink in. Feel that space. Divine love, energy that flows through each and every one of us. Trust that space deep inside. Trust that space that is not of the mind. It's usually a quiet space. As we try to let the thoughts in our minds just fly by, we don't have to attach to them. And know the love that we can share, the peace that is deep within inside of us. We can share that. And what we focus on is what we see and what we feel. So we pray together to focus on that peace, that calm of our heart space of spirit flowing through us. And as we abide in that place, we hold it for all of the people in the world that are going through traumas and trials and tribulations in Israel, in our own country, in our own families. And know that Columbine is a place of love and peace. And we hold all the people in our prayer box and on our prayer list with this same love. And so we move in to a moment or two of meditation, holding this peace. With light, love, and gratitude, we say Amen and all in.
This song is made up of two different chants that you probably know. Om Shanti, meaning peace to all beings, and Om Mani Padme Hum, which means the lotus that comes from the mud and it thrives, it's been awakened, and our lives are very much like that. So feel free to sing with us. Those are the only words, Om Shanti and Om Mani Padme Hum.
Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Mani
peace to all beings. Thank you.
Some of you, we're working on it. Thank you so much, Doug. Some of you are already aware we have a guest speaker today, and Reverend Wendy Burrows is a beloved guest speaker here. We're so graced by her presence, and she's a former associate minister here, as many of you know. So welcome, and thank you for joining us today, Wendy.
It's great to be back and see so many faces that I've known before and new faces as well. So I look forward to getting to know the new faces too. I was telling Ann earlier that the last time when I was serving here, I was very pregnant and counting my contractions while we were doing strategic planning in this very room. And my son is now 13 and a half, so it's been a while, but I've enjoyed coming back through the years, and it's great to be with all of you today. So when Sue invited me to speak today months ago and be part of this series that we're working on, Essential Spirituality by Roger Walsh, I had no idea what a divine appointment this was going to be. It was the topic for this week, concentrate and calm your mind, was exactly what I needed to be working with, and I'm so grateful to be on this journey with all of you today and exploring that, how to concentrate and calm our mind, because that's not an easy task, is it? No, our mind is a very, very, very busy place. It's kind of like a super highway of thoughts, and sometimes there's crashes and traffic jams in our minds, and roadblocks at times, right? It's how we travel the path on our spiritual journey depends on who's driving, right? Is it the chatter of our mind that's driving, or is it that voice of wisdom, that voice of God, that coming from that centered place? So a huge part of building up our spiritual intelligence and our emotional intelligence is, of course, learning to work with and concentrate and focus the mind and calm the mind and bring about peace within so that we can bring peace throughout our lives and the world. So in order for us to do that, we first have to understand the mind, don't we? And I love the example or the analogy that the Buddhists use and that Roger Walsh talks about in this book of the monkey mind. Our mind is like a wild monkey, and it's chattering away, and it's swinging from all the what-ifs that could happen to doubt, to fear, to worry, to concern, all of those different places that the chattering monkey mind goes. And I use that a lot in my life coaching work as well, that, working with monkey mind and seeing it and shifting our attention away from it is so critical to how we walk this spiritual journey and how we create our lives. And I believe that our co-founders in Unity, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, were very much aware of that. They were very much aware that we have to work with our thoughts and our feelings and beliefs. And in the early days of Unity, Charles and Myrtle would call it error thinking, those thoughts in our mind that are chattering away, that are not our highest truth, that are not the truth of our being. And Albert Ellis, a psychologist and an American psychologist, called it stinkin' thinking. And I like that, stinkin' thinking. So I love what the book points out about why should we bother concentrating the mind? Why bother learning to concentrate, he writes, because our untrained minds take an enormous toll on our psychological and spiritual well-being. And because once tamed, a concentrated mind offers enormous benefits. that monkey mind does take a toll on us, doesn't it? It gets in our way all the time. It can. If we let it drive us, if we give it our attention, it can really get in our way. And so in unity, we teach the third basic principle in unity is that our thoughts and our minds and our beliefs create our experience of life. And so working with those is critical. And the fourth, how do we work with those? Well, the fourth basic principle in unity is prayer and meditation. Using prayer and meditation to really bring forth our greatness and to calm that monkey mind and to connect with God, to really feel and experience and live out that presence and power of God in our lives. So it's interesting because some people who come into my home might be a little critical of my home because if they don't understand affirmative prayer and affirmations and the power of prayer, because my home is filled with affirmative prayers. You know, I have an affirmation in my bathroom and my dresser mirror, on my nightstand, on my refrigerator, in my office. And some people might look at that and think it's rather Pollyanna-ish or something. But what I know to be true and what we teach in unity is affirmative prayer takes us back to God, right? It takes us back to that place of peace and calm in our mind. And so I use those in that way to pray without ceasing. You know, that passage from the Bible, pray without ceasing. To let it be that reminder to integrate those thoughts of truth, that higher knowing and thoughts of truth throughout the day. So, returning to truth. So, the book, Roger Walsh puts it so brilliantly, and I think we have the words on the screen here. What we put into our minds is just as important as what we put into our mouths. What we put into our minds is just as important as what we put into our mouths. Our mental diet affects our mental health. And we could say our spiritual diet affects our spiritual health, right? So let's think about for a minute, what are we chewing on in our mind right now? Think about the thoughts that you've been chewing on lately, and are they nourishing that greatness in you, that God potential? Or are they junk and not very good for us? You know, think about what it is that we're digesting in our mind. Walsh tells a wonderful Zen story in the book, in these chapters. And he talks about a Zen student going to the monastery, and he's purchased a spiritual text. And he takes it to the teacher, and he says, "Teacher, will you sign this? Will you write some words of inspiration for me in this text?" And the teacher says, "Certainly." And he writes really quickly, and he hands it back to him. And the student opens the book, and he sees one word: attention. Attention. And the student was a little disappointed. He's like, "Would you mind, teacher, writing a few more words of inspiration for me?" And so the teacher says, "Of course." He takes the book back, writes for 2 seconds instead of 1 this time, and he writes, "Attention, attention, attention." So important. It's that heart of our spiritual path, isn't it? Like, what happens when we focus on wise attention versus unwise attention in our lives? We feel the difference, don't we? We feel the impact. When we're focusing our attention on wisdom, on spiritual principles, on connecting with that power and presence of God, we feel the impact in our lives. Just the same when we're focusing on unwise attention and focusing on monkey mind, right? When we're listening and buying in and colluding with and, getting into all the monkey mind chatter. There's a difference and an impact there as well. Thomas Merton wrote, "To allow oneself to be carried away by a multitude of conflicting concerns, to surrender to too many demands, to commit oneself to too many projects, to want to help everyone in everything is to succumb to violence. It's a pretty big statement. Think about how violent we can be to ourselves and destructive we can be to ourselves when we're in that kind of more agitated state, or when we're really buying in and colluding with our monkey mind, so to speak. There's a lot of forms, not just the overscheduling and trying to do everything as Thomas Merton spoke to, but also the ways that our monkey mind works in us. And so I want to offer just a few examples because in my life coaching work, I use this wonderful tool which was created by Maria Nemeth called it's a monkey mind symptoms list. So see if you can relate to a few of these. I'm not going to read them all because it's an extensive list. As you can imagine, our monkey mind is very busy. So here's how we know we're in monkey mind, okay? Scarcity thoughts. Talking about the past or the future as if it's the present. Taking things personally. How about this? Comparison. Comparing ourselves to others or other situations. I heard someone say recently, comparison is the killer of joy. And I thought, amen. You know, when we get into comparison rather than just being authentic to who we are. That's monkey mind. Resignation, being a victim or martyr. One of my personal favorites, fragmentation. A part of me thinks this, and a part of me thinks that. That's monkey mind, when we're spinning in that. Well, how about impulsiveness? Or being paranoid? Or complaining? All of those are signs that our monkey mind is at work. It is, speaking loudly to us. So, I'm the first to say I've had a whole lot of life happening lately, and I've been doing my best to kind of surf the storm surge, if you will, and really work with monkey mind by noticing it, that's setting it aside, and focusing my attention on God and the higher truth. So how do we do that? How do we concentrate the mind and calm the mind when life gets more difficult? So Roger had 8 beautiful, for those of you who've dug into this week's reading, he had 8 beautiful exercises in here, plus a few others that were subtly sprinkled in. and it could be 8 talks worth, so I'm not going to talk about all 8 of them, but I do want to focus on a few themes that came through in those exercises, because there's sort of an arc that we take from monkey mind to peace. And so ARC is an acronym for us all to really practice this. A is for attention, focusing our attention. R is for reverence, and C is for contemplation. Attention, reverence, and contemplation. So let's talk about those for a minute. Attention. Our mind is here, there, and everywhere. It goes all over the place within seconds, right? We have all these thoughts swarming around. And so where we place our attention is so critical. So one of the practices that he offers is to pick a period of time, and I picked a day this week, and focus on one thing at a time. Put our attention on one thing at a time as we're doing it. Now, I got to really laugh at myself this week. I'll tell on myself because as a minister and life coach that's been working with this, I have a lot of practices woven through my day. One of them is in the morning to talk to my coaching buddy and to say the one thing that I'm willing to do with clarity, focus, ease, and grace that day. And I kind of pat myself on the back for being pretty intentional with how I spend my time and energy. And boy, did I get a wake-up call this week. Because as I did that practice of one thing at a time, I got to see how much I let things come in and how I overlap and multitask, if you will. So I'm walking my dog, and all of a sudden I'm answering a text, and I'm in my kitchen talking to a friend, and all of a sudden I'm cleaning up the countertop, or I'm doing something to clean my office, and I'm trying to do another thing at once. So, it's so easy. I noticed how often I caught myself in trying to do multiple things. And the beauty was I got to watch how, as I went to doing one thing and naming it, how much peace I felt inside. I'm walking the dog. I'm talking to my best friend. I'm meditating, I'm reading, I'm working, I'm answering my emails. One thing at a time, with that clarity of purpose and intention and that peaceful experience. It was very a calming shift to notice that there's a difference between focused attention and doing one thing at a time with attention. So I also noticed that there's other ways that our attention can be distracted and focused. So my son and I had recently watched the Netflix documentary called Minimalists. Anybody seen that? Oh, a few of you, okay. Yeah, so we watched that, and I've been noticing how much clutter in my space and lots of things around me can distract my attention. And so my son and I have been getting very into purging recently and going through each room of the house. And I've taken about, 3 large loads to Sister Carmen in the last couple of weeks. But it's all about what the book mentions, voluntary simplicity. Really looking at how the things in our life can distract us from being centered in God and being peaceful and clear and grounded. And so clearing that out is so important. And the Netflix film offers the suggestion of using one question that has been really meaningful for me. And the question is, does this add value to my life? Does this thing, whatever it is, add value to my life? What a beautiful question to really contemplate how I want to, address this thing in front of me. And I was reflecting on that question as I was preparing for this talk and thinking, what a great question to ask ourselves about our thoughts. Does this thought add value to my life? Does this thought of worry that I'm holding on to about this situation add value? And if not, where am I going to shift my attention? Does it add value to my life? So I had a little fun with this. I'm going to ask a picture to be put on the screen. So take a look at that messy closet for a minute. And just breathe in and look at that for a minute. So as we think about attention, take a moment to bring your attention and awareness to yourself right now. As you look at that closet, what are you experiencing inside? Think about that. When I look at that, I think it feels kind of heavy. It feels chaotic. It feels makes me a little anxious, a little maybe suffocated. So think about that. Okay, so now I want you to look at this picture of Sarah Berman's closet. Sarah Berman's closet was featured in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. No kidding, really. So she was a feminist, and after she passed, they actually did this installation at the Met. And to me, just, for a moment, breathe into that. See how it makes you feel. Like, what are you experiencing inside? Now, Sarah was very mindful. She decided to simplify her life and always wear white. So you'll see all white clothes there. she decided that she was giving reverence. She did voluntary simplicity, reverence to each item that she decided to keep in her house. And so she's got them. You can tell that those items were placed with great reverence, with care, with attention. Now, do I aspire to have that closet? No. But it also feels a tiny bit sterile, even though it's Zen-like, it feels a little sterile to me. But what it does do for me is inspire me to create my own colorful, reverent, peaceful spaces in my home that bring me calm and centeredness and concentrate my thoughts by creating the space and the container for a calm, peace-filled life. So that's where reverence comes in, right? Really doing things in our lives, moving throughout our life and our day with reverence. And in the book, Roger Walsh talks about using, one of the practices is to use interruptions as wake-up calls, he calls it. Use interruptions as wake-up calls. So, for instance, the interruption I chose was my notifications on my cell phone. Each time my text bleep went off, taking a couple deep breaths. Taking that pause, then looking at it and responding. Or letting it ring, taking a couple deep breaths, then answering the phone. And we can do that with any interruptions, but bringing reverence to whatever that is, whether it's sitting in a stoplight or opening a door or answering a text, bringing that reverence and using that interruption to cultivate our concentration and our calmness inside. Using it to cultivate that spiritual awakening and transformation. I also liked the 3-breath exercise that he offered in the book of breathing in, I smile, breathing out, I relax. This is a wonderful moment. This is a wonderful moment. Simple practices that we can integrate throughout our day to concentrate our mind and to calm ourselves. And then the third piece of arcing from monkey mind to peace is contemplation. Contemplating using deeper sitting meditation, right? Really taking the time in meditation. And one of the practices he offers in the book is following the breath in and out. Now, that's probably old news to all of you, right? Right? I'm sure most of you are avid meditators. But the interesting twist on it that really kind of deepened my meditation this week by doing that again was he suggests contemplating the air going through our nostrils or our belly, our stomach going in and out. And just the difference of contemplating the air, the movement of air through my nose, created a shift there. There was a sensory shift that allowed me to go deeper into the experience. Just a little bit different twist. We can also do contemplation through centering prayer. Another practice that he talks about in the book of using a word or an affirmation or a statement over and over and repeating it and coming back to it and coming back to it. And I have to admit, this was a saving grace this week. I had one of those restless night sleeps and found myself awake at 1 a.m. with monkey mind going wild. And I just I went to contemplative prayer and started just chanting internally, praying, all is well, the universe has my back. All is well, the universe has my back. And when I say universe, that's one of my words for God, because for me, saying God as universe, universal good, that energy, that universal energy that is everywhere present, moving in and through all, and is expansive, it's infinite love, it's infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom. So all is well. The universe has my back. Repeating that over and over. And finally, I saw that I was able to just surrender into that God that, I'm going to get teary now, into that presence and power of God that is way bigger than our circumstances and conditions, right? Surrendering into that through prayer. All is well, the universe has my back. And then, of course, thankfully I drifted off into sleep, surrendered in God, a nice way to sleep deeply for the rest of the night. So, want to just share a description that Roger Walsh uses in the book for our journey of concentrating the mind and coming to that place of peace and calm. And he uses an example that's used in India. He says, in India, the development of concentration and its calming effects on the mind have been portrayed by the comparison to the evolution of a river. At first, spiritual practitioners feel that the mind is like a waterfall, bouncing from rock to rock, roaring and turbulent, impossible to tame or control. In mid-course, it's like a great river, calm, gentle, wide, and deep. At the end of its boundaries, its boundaries expand beyond sight, and its depth becomes unfathomable as it dissolves into the ocean, which is both its goal and source. Both its goal and source. Beautiful metaphor. So I'd like to just close as we work with contemplating and calming the mind with a passage from Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. This is Paul's wisdom to the Philippians in his letter. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. Let us bring peace to our minds this week, and so it is.
Here's another song you guys know. I know you know it, so you can sing along with us.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be bright, bright, bright,
Thank you. Thank you for bringing the sunshine for us today. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. In case you didn't hear that, I'm thanking Kelly and Chris for being here. They make a long drive to be here with us, and they brought us some sunshine today with their music. Thank you so much. Let's start by saying our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And there are so many ways that we can do that through our service within our community and outside of our community. And at this time in our service, we are focused on the financial aspect. So this is a time that we invite you to contribute financially, and then there are other opportunities for you to contribute otherwise throughout the week. And I'm looking out here and I'm seeing several individuals who contributed in a big way this past week with their time and their talent. And I'm very grateful. Thank you, Tom. And also, where's Dave? Dave and Raven. So thank you all so much. So if you do have a financial gift today, this is the time in our service that you are invited to share that with Columbine. We use that to serve ourselves within the community, and as I said, also to then broaden our reach into the community outside of here and bring our sunshine, bring our light. So let's say our offering blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And while we do take the offering, let's turn around and wave to our online viewers. We're so grateful that we have technology that allows you to be with us. And we're grateful for your presence in our community. Now, before I get into the other announcements, I do want to say, you'll see these yellow half sheets around. There are some above the Sister Carmen bin and some in Foss Hall. This is the list of most needed items. So I know that's what I rely on when I go to the store to pick up things for Sister Carmen. So have a look out for that. But Christmas Eve, we have Ryan Barnett, a very well-known local musician and director and performer that is going to lead our Columbine Choir for Christmas Eve. If you want to sing, please join us. And all of the things that I'm referencing today, you'll find links for in your Thursday email update. The Youth of Unity info sesh, so, you know, we got to keep up with the times with the younger set, info sesh, will be on Wednesday, October 18th in Foss Hall. And this will be led by Raven Jane, who is a Unity baby and youth and regional officer and young woman of extraordinary talent. And she is going to take anybody who's interested through some information about, well, what is YOU, Youth of Unity? What do they do? What do they provide? What do we in particular do here at Columbine with that? So if you're a parent, a grandparent, if you're someone who just works with youth, or just wants to know more about what's going on here, please join us for that. Now, for compassionate communication, I'm going to invite up Dave Abbott, Pat Fossen, and Tom Thorpe. They are going to tell you a little bit more about this upcoming series. Thank you so much.
You know, it's interesting. We all have our guiding spiritual principles, but in our day-to-day life, we sometimes fall short. In fact, we often fall short of those principles. Take communication, for example. When in our relations with our family or our friends or coworkers, do we see the Christ in each other person? Do we see the Christ in ourselves? It's challenging. Some years ago, I took a series of workshops led by the late Marshall Rosenberg, who developed a process of communication that creates connection rather than separation. and then allows differences to be solved in a win-win sort of way. And I found it to be very powerful in my life. And so in November, I'm going to be offering an all-day workshop on this process of compassionate communication. And the numbers are going to be small, only 10 people in the workshop, so that each person has a chance to practice and apply the process to their situation. So I'm going to be repeating the workshop 3 times so more people have a chance to sign up. In December, Tom and Pam are going to be doing a follow-up.
Pat. So we'll be teaching 3 classes to practice, 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 and so here's a little demo.
Oh, hi, Tom. I'm glad to see you home. Hi, Tom. Again. I'm glad to see you home. How was your day?
Why are you bugging me? Why are you bugging me? Can't you see that I'm reading my magazine?
You are always reading your magazine. Oh. Take time to breathe, Pat. This isn't going well. Wow, we were really triggered. Let me get centered and see what's going on with Tom. Tom, when I asked you how your day was going, you seemed kind of angry.
I wasn't angry. I was frustrated.
Oh, I can see that you're frustrated. Can you kind of tell me a little bit more about what's going on with that?
Well, the first thing, I walk into work this morning and I get phone calls just going off and off and off, people having problems, and I'm having to help people with all their problems. They should know how to fix themselves. And it just went on all day long, and I never had a chance to work on stuff that was important to me.
I can see you're really frustrated. Sounds like you need some time to kind of unwind for yourself.
Yeah, I need just to be by myself and relax.
Well, I see you need some time to yourself, and it's really important to you.
Yep, you got it.
Well, I'd like to tell you what I need, and then maybe we can figure out how to get both our needs met. Are you open to that?
Okay, sure.
I would really like to spend some time with you and just connect with you. I want to hear how your day went, and I want to share how my day went. Can you tell me right now what you kind of heard me saying?
Yeah, you don't want me reading my magazines.
No. I don't want you to stop reading your magazines. I just want some quality time with you. Can you tell me what you just heard me say?
Yeah, you want all of my time.
I don't want all of your time. I just want, some quality time. Now, what have you heard me say?
You'd like some time with me where I'm not distracted with my magazine so that we can talk with each other. Okay, is that right?
That's it. What do you think of this idea? When you get home from work, you can kind of tell me how much time you would need to kind of unwind. And after that, we can spend some time talking to each other. What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Wow. Hey, I'm feeling better. How about if we talk now? Yeah. Hey, is this some of that compassionate communication junk you've been learning about?
Thank you. That's such a great example for us all to get a clearer picture. So if you are interested in this, just to clarify, you sign up for one of the 3 full-day workshops. And then you're invited to sign up for all 3 of the practice sessions. But you can do 1, 2, or 3. So. Okay, now on to our 30th anniversary, which is coming up, our celebration. We have 2 days of celebration planned. On Saturday, we'll have the concert right after our potluck dinner, and there will be care for children. You do need to reserve ahead of time if you want to have your children cared for. We will have the potluck in Foss Hall. Then we'll move in here for the concert with Bettman and Halpin. And I saw them last night at the Lafayette Festival, Music Fest, so I'm excited to hear them again. And then on Sunday, we'll have a special service. You want to be here. It's going to be fun and funny and enriching. So please join us for both of those. Again, details in your Thursday email update. And now I'd like to invite Beth Overstreet to come up. I mentioned last week that for this month, we're inviting a leader of one of our ongoing groups to come and give us just a little bit more information each of the Sundays in this month. And so Beth is going to tell us about the weekly meditation service.
Thanks, Anne. So, just what a perfect service for me to talk about meditation, calming your mind, opening your heart. And we do this every Wednesday. It is a hybrid group event. We are in person 7 to 8 p.m. every Wednesday, and we also do it online via Zoom. So if you can't physically make it, you can be online. The format is we open with a prayer, which either myself or Steve Wurtzel leads. Then we have like a 20-minute meditation with music. We have a quick break, stretch, move around if somebody's so called, talk about their experience. Sometimes it's silent. Then we do another 20-minute meditation, and we close with a prayer. Now, this is a session that our community has said that they want, and so we offer it, Stephen and I, with joy. I'd be meditating anyway. So we invite you all to please attend. For those online, if you can attend via Zoom, you can call me, email me. You could call Anne at the office. My email address is pretty simple. BethOverstreet@comcast.net. We have a weekly reminder that I send out. So you have the link if you need it, or you can just come in to the church on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Hope to see you there.
Beth, can you tell us real briefly what some of the feedback has been from people who've been attending?
Absolutely. Calming, and it's not about forgetting your thoughts. It's about letting them go, not following them, deepening their experience with divinity within. It's getting to know who you are inside, so when you need it, you don't have to go searching for it, it's just there. And it's a constant practice. And it's an open, you don't have to come every week, you can come once in a while, and people really, they say it just really helps them emotionally and spiritually.
Thank you, Beth. And who are our prayer chaplains for today? Tink and Lena. Thank you so much. So they will be available to you if you want to celebrate or if you want to receive some prayer support. And we do have each week, we have people in our community who could benefit from our prayer. So even if you just take a moment and think about everyone in the Columbine community who could use some extra grace, you can make that prayer anytime that you feel called to do so. So thank you so much for being here. Let's all stand for our joy song. For our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator.
glory of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God watches us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Shanti.